Friends, in WOW Series 20, I am going to talk to you about a concept known as mindset, otherwise known as fixed mindset versus growth mindset. I hope you still remember the series 19 where I talked about limiting beliefs. That is series 19, limiting beliefs. This is series 20, mindset. But in a way, this is a continuation of that, or we can say something connected with the limiting beliefs and mindset. Here, I would like to tell you, recently I met a friend after a gap of 1 month. My friend told me that he had a very challenging month and lots of ups and downs both in his professional and personal life. My friend said that when he brought his concerns in a therapy session, because he had a good friend who is a psychologist and a therapist, his therapist used the term depressive mindset and encouraged my friend that rather than think of himself as being depressed, which tends to feel like a permanent state, he used language that would help him to see his situation as temporary and malleable. Now you might be thinking, what happened here is really just semantics or playing with words, and that there is no real difference between experiencing the symptoms of depression and being depressed. But think about it. Is not there a difference between saying sometimes I procrastinate and I am procrastinator, or sometimes I get angry and I am angry person? Is not there a difference between saying right now I am struggling with a depressed mindset but I am depressed? Yes, they are just words, but using identifying labels for our negative emotions and behavior can be terrifically limiting practice. While sometimes labels are helpful in helping us to recognize and understand what is happening for us, they can also define us in a fixed way, creating a belief that we are incapable of change, as it might result in our believing that being depressed was who we are, rather than thinking it as a transitional state that we are experiencing. We have to make a note here that this label might make it even more difficult for us to do anything about our current state. Being painted in a broad stroke by a label of depression represents something of a fixed mindset. But what does it really mean to have a fixed mindset, and are we capable of doing anything about it? In her popular book, Mindset, Changing the Way You Think to Fulfill Your Potential, Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck proposes that there are two basic mindsets that control how most people see themselves. Those who believe that their intelligence, character, and personal qualities are innate and unchangeable have fixed mindset. Those who believe that their initial talents and aptitudes or temperaments are things that can be cultivated through effort and perseverance are said to have growth mindset. These two mindsets, which we begin to manifest from a very early stage, have a great impact on our behavior, on our relationship with others, and success and failure, both in personal and professional context. And according to Carol Dweck, even it will have impact on our capacity for happiness. There is plenty of evidence to suggest that if we want to be successful in life or at work, even in love, we need to approach with a growth mindset, but not with a fixed mindset. Please remember that to act from fixed mindset is going to limit you, because you are going to get definitely going to be limited by your thinking. The great hallmark of this mindset, I am talking about growth mindset, is the conviction that human qualities like intelligence and creativity, and even our relational capacities like love and friendship, can be cultivated through effort and deliberate practice. Unlike fixed mindset, a growth mindset thrives on challenges and sees struggle as an opportunity for growth and for stretching our existing abilities. When we approach life this way, we are not as afraid of taking risks or being vulnerable with our creativity. Here we have to make a note that we move into and out of both fixed and growth mindsets with some frequency and sometimes without a lot of awareness also. One reason for this is that we all have our fixed mindset triggers. When we face challenges or receive criticism, or when we fare poorly in comparison to others, we can easily fall into insecurity or defensiveness, and this is a response that inhibits our growth. To remain in growth zone, we have to identify and work with these triggers. Main points to remember are: first, there are 5 points. The view you adopt yourself profoundly the way you lead your life. Please, again I am repeating, the view you adopt for yourself profoundly affects the way you lead your life. Second point, believing that your qualities are carved in stone, the fixed mindset, creates an urgency to prove yourself over and over. Third point, people in growth mindset don't just seek challenges, they thrive on it. Fourth point, the growth mindset does allow people to love what they are doing and to continue to love it in the face of difficulties. Fifth point, those with the growth mindset found success in doing their best, in learning and improving, and this is exactly what we find in champions and great people. Now, the bottom line is that all of us can benefit from learning to recognize when our fixed mindset persona shows up and what it says to make us feel threatened or defensive. We can notice the tightness in our body when we are clinging to a view or feeling self-righteous about our position. Most importantly, and little ironically, we need to remember to bring growth mindset to these situations. Please remember that with some deliberate and concerted effort and extra work, we can develop habit of being in growth mindset, which will ultimately allow us to reach our highest potential. Friends, with this, I have completed Wow Series 20, and I may take a break of 1 week or 10 days. But if I am having a very good point, or when I am in a very, very good mood, I will come with a Wow Series 21. And my friends, please remember that I have totally covered Wow Series 1 to 20. Some of you might have missed some of those series. Then you can go to YouTube, type Dinakara Rao Wow Series. You can see all those things. Depending upon your convenience, depending upon the time available for you, please go through them. I will be very happy, because every single series from 1 to 20 is having a point for us to note, remember and practice. Thank you very much for being with me. Please try to give your feedback how this Wow Series 20 is. Thank you once again. Bye.